What's up, you guys? I'm looking a little rough, but that means that I'm doing a DIY project. But basically, I'm working on my garage. So the first step was me painting everything. So at first I had the unfinished walls, and basically I just made everything white and crisp. Then yesterday, these garage people, I just call them garage people, they came and put in my storage, so like the overhead rack. So now that's in there. I haven't worked on actual like storage and organization projects to get everything together. That's going to be a separate video. So today I am going to start putting in the floors because I just can't wait. So I got some Swisstrax modular flooring, and we're going to head outside in a few and I'll show you guys everything that I got. So they dropped them off, and the guy like briefly showed me how to put them in. It seems very simple, just like what I'm doing on the patio with my IKEA tiles. It's just going to be some areas where I need to cut. So what I'm gonna do right now, it's my lunch. I'm just going to get all of the dust off of the garage floor right now and then start putting down the tracks, and then anything that I need to cut, I can do that later on. So let's go. We're gonna get started. So step number one, I'm just gonna clear everything out of the garage now. Just put it out here for now. So I asked them to move the Swisstrax boxes in here, so I can't move them right now. I'm probably just going to like work around it. I'm not really sure. I didn't think that through, but this is what they look like. So I got this like pearl silver color. It looks really good. And these are the ramps that you use to go up. So it's like a hard plastic. I'm gonna have to cut some of these with a jigsaw, but should be good. All right, so from this point, I'm just really gonna wing it, try to do my best. So enjoy this time lapse. And actually, before getting into a true time lapse, I wanted to show you guys the real time view of what it takes to put these in. So this is me putting in my first tile by myself. The other two the guys did. I'm just lining up the pieces. You connect the loops with the straight parts, and then you just press them down. So here I'm pressing them down with my hands. You can step on them, or you can use a rubber mallet. I ended up going back and getting my rubber mallet just so that it was easier. But yeah, tip they gave me was to go up the side first. So I'm going up that left side of my garage first, and then I'm moving downward to the right side. So yeah, here's a time lapse of how to do everything. Like I said, I was on my lunch break at this time, and I was moving so quick, guys. It was so fast to put these in. If you get these, do not pay for someone to do it. Just do it yourself because it is so easy. Also, they let me know that I should leave about a 1/4 inch of space between the sides of the walls and the tiles, just because your floors expand. So just something to keep in mind. So I wanted to give an example of what to do when you come across an area like this. So basically matching the straight side and the rigid side to the loops and the straight sides on the other part, and then lifting it up, kind of adjusting it or settling it in between the two, and then just fitting it together. So easy. Right, guys, so this is where we are at so far. Like I said, I'm doing this during my lunch break, so I have to go back and log back on, but so fast and looks so good so far. Right, so I'm gonna bring everything back in because it's starting to rain, and log back into work, and I'll probably finish when I get up. This is what it's looking like so far. Put all of the tiles that can fit on their own without being cut down first. but I'm going to have to cut a whole row of this one, a whole row of this one. You hear the popping because some aren't like all the way in. I'll have to cut around this little pole, cut here and cut that way. So should be fun. We shall see. As you guys can see, I got my little table out, my jigsaw, because we're going to be using the jigsaw to make the cuts. So in the meantime, I'm going to set out all of the extra ones that we're going to need to cut. I'm just going to set them out where they need to be, and then I'll go in afterward, mark with my little marker, and cut one by one just to make sure everything is perfect and make sure that we have enough. So let's do it. So as you can see, I have everything laid out for what I need to cut, so it makes it easier for me to visualize where I need to do it. And then I just need to put down the last rail, which also will need to be cut. Guys, so it is the next day. I got my hair braided. Well, I didn't get it braided. I tried to do it myself for the first time. Don't look too shabby. But yeah, so this is where I left off, as you guys can see, with basically laying out all the parts that I will need to cut. So that's what we're gonna work on today, is just going back through one by one and cutting the pieces that need to be cut with my jigsaw. So let's set up and get to it. So as far as the things that I need, I have this, I forgot what it's called, but it has a level on it. It's like a measure, but I use it to like make straight lines when cutting with my jigsaw. A Sharpie and a jigsaw is what I'm gonna be using. You probably should wear like gloves and stuff, but don't think I'm gonna do that today. So the first section we have is this one right here. Let me get my measuring tool. Because since there's like one here and a little space, I have to use a full one for this. Needs to be loops here, straight over here, and this one will be loops like this. Okay, I need to measure how much of space from the wall is it. So it's about almost 3 inches, but not quite. It's like right at a dot right before 3 inches. So I'm gonna do it a little bit like right here, maybe. You guys can't see, but I'll show you guys after. Based on that, so I made my marking based off of, you know, measuring that little area of space. So I need to try to cut a chunk of this out. So let's try to do that. Use my big clamp. Okay. Definitely not straight. As you can see, this side is still pretty crooked. You can sand this and stuff. Don't think I'm gonna do that. So I cut it some more, and my cutting skills are definitely not the greatest, but just wanna see if I can, you know, get it. Okay, that one's better. That's okay, that's on the corner. I'm not too worried about that. So I'm gonna measure up to this one for this next one, because I'll be cutting this whole thing. So following the same process for this one, just made my line, cut with my jigsaw. This one was easier because it was a straight line. It was still a little crooked, but whatever. Then all I had to do was plop it under the other tiles and use the rubber mallet to secure it and flush it all together. I think we can get jiggy with that. Yay, I'm so excited. All right, so I'm gonna do more of those and then get back to you guys when I have to do this funky circle one. Okay, so to get around the pole that's in the garage, I used a paper to create a circle for the shape of the top of the pole. This is kind of unnecessary because it didn't really help that much, but just cut that out. and then I measured the distance of how high I would need to make the top of the half circle, and then I used that like stencil to kind of help show where I needed to make it. So this was the outline, and then I just took it over to my jigsaw. Jigsaws really help with creating like different shapes. So I created that circle and then did the same process of lifting up the tiles near where I was putting this one and then securing it between the two adjacent tiles. Right here is where I overcut, so if I would have cut it where I wanted it, it would have been perfect, but that's okay, it still fits, it's all good. And now I'm gonna do the opposite side. So yeah, you guys, that's basically my process for getting around all the curves and stuff. Everything else is pretty much like straight cut, so it should be really easy and simple to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out and show you guys what it looks like afterward. Last piece. And I just need to cut the little scrap board. So for the ramp piece, you treat it the exact same way, just creating a straight line where I need to cut and then cutting it off with the jigsaw. So as I'm cleaning everything up before the final reveal, just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to check out my other garage mini series video of me painting and my future videos to come. Alright guys, this is what the floors look like. I'm super pleased with them. Obviously there's some areas where it's not perfect. I kind of started to get lazy because it's just the garage, but it looks super good. So happy I didn't pay for anyone to do this and I did it myself. The next part of this video is going to be me doing all of the storage and organization. So if you're interested in seeing that, then make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Turn on your post notifications to be updated every time I upload. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.